Today I'm going to be running through some of the French liaisons. So in terms of phonetics, a liaison is a sound that is created in between two words. The first word would be ending with a consonant and the second word would be beginning with a vowel. And so a liaison is the creation of a sound between these two words to allow the sentence to flow more. And so everything in French has a flow, and if you're kind of like hearing an awkwardness between words, there's most likely supposed to be a liaison there. And so the letters D, S, X, and L are the most common endings of a word, and so they each create their own sound, their own liaison. And the letter D, for example, will create a T sound. So the phrase grand enfant, you can kind of hear it, or attend-il, and it just helps the sentence flow. So like a hard D, if you try to say grand enfant, it doesn't flow as well. The letter S is changing to a Z sound. So for example, les ordinateurs or ils ont. But the hard part with the S's is that there's a difference that the sound makes between two S's and one S. So like one S creates the Z sound, but two S's will continue the S sound through. And one of the trickier times that you're going to see this is the conjugation of the plural form of il in avoir and être. So for example, in avoir, you're hearing ils ont, but with être, you're hearing ils sont. So it's a very subtle difference, and you can almost barely hear it, but once you get used to saying it, you'll be able to hear it better. The letter X is going to change to a Z sound as well. For example, faux amis or deux enfants. It's just like, because X doesn't necessarily have its own sound, so creating that liaison allows it to flow easier in a sentence because it's basically silent in a lot of French words. The letter L is going to change to a Y sound, which sounds counterintuitive, but it actually makes it flow a lot easier. So with the word gentilhomme, so that word is ending with an L, but it's creating a Y sound. It just makes the sentence flow because you don't say H's in French either. So hopefully these little guidelines will help you pronounce French a little easier, but with French being French, there is exceptions to every rule, and you will find them in liaisons, as well as conjugations and other just aspects of French. So hopefully this little lesson helped you. A bientôt!